What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a tutorial on how to set up your flight controls. We are going to use the AV8 to be our demonstration on how to set up flight controls. This will work for your Xbox or PlayStation. I will do a control setup for PC next time on the next video. This was part of a request that I had, but I just figured I'd go ahead and show y'all of what I've got set up and how I've got my controls set up. I know it was a question in a few of the comments down I've had on my last video covering this jet. So let's go ahead and get into the video and get started. Alrighty, so we're on our carrier. Let's go ahead and take off real quick with our vertical takeoff. So let's set our vertical takeoff to 100%. Increase our thrust. Turn this down a little bit on my ears here. And we are up. And let's go a little bit forward. And we're away. There's our fancy carrier. And we're fully functional flying. Nice. All right. So now I've got my weapon control set up for my Y button and D-pad up. Allows me to select my weapons. Right now I'm selected on the bombs. So I will go over to my target. And to set up your ballistic and bombing, so go to hit your B button or whatever you have your multifunction menu set up on. Go to your cockpit. Go to switch to bombing mission. Select that. Fly to your target. And your targets, like I've told somebody in the comment, 4,000 feet or higher would be best. Or you can fly it lower and it will work just fine. Should pop up here in a second. Nope, we're on our rockets. My bad. Now we're on our bombs. You gotta be on your bombs for it to work. So there we go. Let's make this other pass. And alright, we're on target. So there's our bombing reticle. Bombs out. Got the target. Now our missiles are up. I have the secondary weapon all selected up so I can quickly just have one button as my primary weapon. Let's go down here and land real quick. Cut some speed. Put our air brakes on. Go to our vertical takeoff mode. Gear down. Raise up. One more thrust. Oh, I came down. Ooh, dang. That was actually soft. Brake, 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 brake. Oh, we slid right into the bushes. What do you know? Perfect spot. So we'll park right here. We'll shut our engines off. Alright, now we can talk about how I've got my controls set up. So let's go to our control menu. Alright, so how I've got my controls set up for playing with the aircraft and War Thunder here. I've got it set up for Y and D-pad down for hover mode. I've got your throttle as your left control stick. Your roll will also be on the left. I do have a pitch access set up to where I hold my LB button or whatever button you would like to set up for the PlayStation. I think that is left 1, L1. You can do that with LB and left stick up and down. My thrust vectoring I have set up for Y button and right stick up and down. So I hold the Y button so I can control my thrust vectoring for my Harriers and so on. See, let's go to our flaps. Our flaps we have with the D-pad up. Our toggle air brakes is D-pad left. Our toggle gear is D-pad to the right. Our drag chute we have D-pad to the left plus up. So for this one, I really don't use the drag chute that often with this. I mostly use the multifunction menu for the drag chute and so on. So that one you really don't have to worry about. Some of these things you can use for the multifunction menu. Let's go ahead and go down. Our small caliber, of course, I have as my right trigger. So you can put that as like R2. Large caliber will also be the right trigger. Or if you have, let's say, a aircraft with a 75mm cannon or 57mm, I press in the right control stick. Let's see. Firing machine guns and cannons, I have for right trigger. Firing primary weapons, RT. Fire secondary weapons, RB. So this is good for when you do the multi-selection weapon selection mode. Bombs I have for if I don't want to use the multi-selection, I have for RB. Firing rockets for left control stick in. Let's see, air-to-ground missiles I have for LB-RT. LB-LT for air-to-air. Locking on missiles, weapon lock, I have for LB and A, and then our exit weapon selection I have for X. Setting up my weapon selection I have for Y, and Y plus D-pad up, and then the rest is pretty much just all normal. Like for switching on radar, use your multifunction menu. Select target to lock on. I have for Y and LT, but I mean you can use whatever you prefer for the controller. Really, there's not very many controls that you can select without multiplying the controls you have to use to make this work, because the controller is limited on how many buttons you have. Unless you got an elite controller, then you'll have a few more, but not that many more. Then the computer is preferable for setting up a certain key for every mode you have. So, and then you just keep on going down. My view button is my toggle views. I do have a tracking for enemies, so I use the LT button. Tracking and aiming access is the left trigger. And then, of course, everything else is pretty much standard. My multifunction menu, I will show you where my multifunction menu is. So we'll go to the common here. My common, my toggle map is the menu button. My statistics is set up for Y and view button. My multifunction menu is B, and my locking on targets is the A button. So that is the quick tutorial I have for that. So let's go ahead and take off here.
Status number 1. We're proceeding to target
So let's go ahead and get ready to take off here. Ooh, I hit that tree. I couldn't control it. There we go. So let's go ahead and take back off. So now I'm going to show you a few things I have learned. Yep, cool. We got a new vehicle that we will be showing off here soon. So now that we know what our multifunction menu and everything does for this aircraft, let's go ahead and use our Y and right control stick to control our vectoring.
Hi, what's your status? We're on course, on time, and on target. Everything's fine. How are you?
There we go. So, unlike the Yak-38, the AV-8 has the ability to control its hover mode in flight. The AV-8 does at a certain speed. This one you can do at any speed. So let's say I'm wanting to, let's go ahead and switch our weapons to our missiles. So let's go ahead and lock on here. Get a good target. And release a missile. Alright, I'm turning. Turn my vectoring on. See how much smoother I turn? Because I changed my vectoring of my positioning of my thrust. So I have it set up for Y and right trigger, or not right trigger, my bad. Y and the right control stick is what I'm trying to say. I have that set up. If you have a Elite controller, try using the two flags that are underneath, the two buttons that are underneath, to control that a little bit better. Excuse me. That will help you do your thrust and your turning a little bit better. See how I turn a little bit faster? And it's really good to help you thrust maneuver and everything like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and exit out of here. I would like to thank you guys all for the support on the AV-8A video. I would like to appreciate all the comments that I've got. I will try to get some highlighted and posted up here soon so you guys can see them. I'm still working on details on how to do that correctly. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video.